An anonymous hacker once turned both the CIA and the KGB into playthings in his hands. Not with weapons, not with nuclear bombs, but with cold lines of code glowing on a screen. His story has almost vanished from official records. Yet the few fragments that remain leave behind a haunting question. How could one man deceive two superpowers and then disappear without a trace? This man has no face in history. Even his real name has never been confirmed. Some documents refer to him only by a code name, while a few witnesses remember him by a nickname from the earliest computer bulletin boards. But one thing is certain. He emerged in the late 1980 seconds, as the world stood at the threshold of a new era. The internet was still in its infancy. The screech of dial-up modems marked the dawn of the data revolution. The Cold War still split the globe in two. Nuclear missiles, double agents, smoke-filled secret meetings. But in the shadows, another battlefield was taking shape, a battlefield of information. And there, an unknown figure chose to play both sides. He began with small intrusions, a phone system, a local military network, a few poorly protected files. But unlike most hackers driven only by curiosity, he instantly recognized the value of what he held. In an age when a single scrap of data could be worth millions, he didn't hide. He stepped into the light. And his first appearance was before the CIA. One CIA officer later admitted they didn't catch him. He came to them. He offered a deal. The sensitive data he had just stolen wouldn't be leaked if the agency paid him well and kept him safe. Normally, a hacker would have been captured instantly, but this time was different. The CIA agreed. To the CIA, he became a priceless asset. They gave him fake passports, opened secret accounts for him, treated him like an unofficial source. But within weeks, those same files appeared in KGB archives. Moscow had bought them for twice the price. For years, the game continued like a one-of-a-kind chess match. When the CIA grew suspicious, he handed them details about Soviet missile systems, just enough to prove credibility. When the KGB grew wary, he passed them US satellite code, just enough to keep their trust. Each side believed they were his only master. In reality, they were both just clients in a marketplace he had created. Leaked banking records later suggested he held at least two accounts, one in Switzerland, one in Cyprus. Both filled steadily from secret deposits. Those funds turned him into a wealthy phantom. In Vienna one day, Berlin the next. No one knew which identity was real and which was just another mask. Whenever suspicion mounted, he produced a new gem of data. Like a magician, he knew exactly when the audience began to doubt, and at that moment, he pulled another card from his sleeve. This was no longer hacking, it was survival as performance art. But like every magician, he knew the crowd might one day see through the trick. By the early 90 seconds, the CIA began to notice flaws. Numbers that didn't match, reports that led to dead-end investigations. At the same time, the KGB realized something was off. Files worth millions showed signs of manipulation. A chilling theory surfaced. He wasn't just selling information, he was creating it. He twisted data to sow mistrust between two superpowers. Some experts believe his true goal was to make them turn on each other, dragging both into an endless data war. And then, he vanished. At a Vienna hotel he often frequented, his fake passport was found abandoned. His only surviving laptop was wiped clean except for one chilling line across the screen. I do not belong to any side. No trial, no verdict. The CIA said nothing. The KGB stayed silent. Some believe he was silenced permanently. Others insist he entered witness protection with a brand new identity. And in the darker corners of the early darknet, whispers spread. He was still alive, hidden, watching the world through the same data streams he once manipulated. So which is more terrifying, a traitor to a single nation or a man loyal to no nation at all? He proved that in the age of data, power didn't belong to governments. It belonged to those willing to sell secrets to the highest bidder. And the question that lingers to this day: if one hacker could deceive both the CIA and the KGB 30 years ago, then in today's era of AI, blockchain, and cyber warfare, how many more like him are still out there? What do you think? Was he a genius survivor, or the ultimate victim of his own game?